Well, there you have it, folks. Stranger Things has officially come to an end. It is bittersweet. I'm definitely going to miss this show. I thought that they executed very nicely in the finale. I thought that for the underwhelmingness of the Volume 2, there was some good moments in Volume 2, but I thought that they nailed it with the finale. I do think I had some issues with the finale. And that mostly stems from the fact of the Duffers brothers playing it safe. And I kind of figured that they would, but I'm a little disappointed that they did. Um, I thought the characters, like the character arcs that finished in the show, I thought they did an excellent job of showing where everybody was going to be, heading into the future. Hopper and Joyce getting engaged, the kids coming together and kind of bringing that full circle back to when they were kids playing Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that they really came in and brought that energy when they were younger. I thought that was a great scene. I thought Hopper's arc for the whole series, losing his daughter and, kind of picking the path of thinking it's his fault rather than, trying to move on, kind of bestowing that upon Mike, the wisdom upon Mike. I thought it was a fantastic scene, one of the best of the show. The 11 death, I thought it was executed beautifully. I'm not surprised that they did it. I just kind of think that it was a cop-out move by the Duffers brothers to have her, sacrifice herself, have her friends have a happy ending while she sacrifices her life for her friends, so she's not getting tracked down by Dr. K anymore. I just thought that it was a cop-out move for them to leave it up to interpretation on whether or not she lived or died. I love the 11 character. I would love to say that she survived, but I just don't see how it was physically possible for her to survive. The timeline doesn't make sense. Callie, saving her in the end, it just doesn't make sense. She was long gone before, 11 was even, at the portal for the Upside Down. So I just don't see how it was physically possible for her to live. And again, I said the Duffers brothers played this safe. They played it extremely safe. Now, I do believe that the Duffers brothers played it safe. There was a lot of low-hanging fruit in this episode where they teased a lot of deaths again. Steve was the big one. He was going to fall, then didn't fall. They teased a Byler scene, which I didn't like. I thought it was kind of low-hanging fruit, but to each their own, I guess. I thought what they did in the finale was they delivered, and I really do think that they delivered. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of things I did like. There was things I didn't like. And I thought for the most part what they did for the character arcs and closing them up, I thought they did a fantastic job of showing us where these kids are going to be at, in the future and where everybody's going. I just didn't like how safe the Duffers brothers played this. And even when it comes to the 11 scene, the 11 death, as I say, because I do think that she's dead. But like I said, they left it open-ended, and there is a chance that the Duffers brothers could, come out and say in the spinoff or have her show up in the spinoff and, say that she's not dead. So, I mean, there's a possibility. That's why they left it open-ended, I think. I just don't think that they had the balls to officially kill off a main character. As we saw, no one of our main cast died, really. Callie was probably our biggest one, and then 11 is our biggest one, but can you really 100% say she's dead? I mean, I think she's dead, but when the Duffers brothers have that open-ended, Mike telling the story, and there's a possibility that she is alive, you kind of ruin the aspect of, her actually being dead, because now you can say, oh, well, she's alive. So I just think it was a cop-out, but I thought the fact that the main group was not in any danger made this finale suffer as well. I thought they defeated Vecna and the Mind Flare, especially in their home turf, very, very easily. There definitely should have been more of a fight from Vecna. He should have been very, very powerful where he was, and I just didn't get that feeling. But this is not a Game of Thrones level of bad for a finale. This was kind of middle of the road for me. It wasn't the greatest finale. It wasn't the worst finale. It was kind of in the middle. Let me know your thoughts on what you think about this finale. Did you like it? Were you satisfied with the ending? Did you not like it? Were you not satisfied with the ending? This is Justin Scott from the Blue Note Fan Report, and I appreciate you listening to my review of the series finale of Stranger Things.